Billie Eilish is one of the hottest young talents in the world today, and for good reason. She's a hit songwriter and singer. She's won many awards and had many huge honors bestowed onto her, but that doesn't mean that some interesting things have happened to her over the years. Allow us to show you some of them. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Who is Billie Eilish?
Hi, I'm Billie Eilish.
What's that? You don't know who Billie Eilish is? No worries. You might not know who she is, but you likely have heard of her offhandedly. So before we dive into what might be wrong with her, let's do a little background, shall we? Billie Eilish is a songwriter and singer, if that wasn't obvious already. But what you might not know though, is that she comes from a rather big family, one that has its roots in Hollywood in many forms. A lot of her family members were either actors or musicians, and her famous family members are Maggie Baird and Patrick O'Connell, each of whom has ties to various parts of Hollywood, including being screenwriters, which is impressive when you think about it. Seeing her talents, her parents put her into a church choir, and that started the path that would lead her to stardom. By the time Billie was only 11 years old, she started to write her own songs. Apparently this ran in the family, as her older brother Phineas was also a songwriter and singer, and even had his own band that he was performing with. Fast forward to 2015, and Billie wrote the song Ocean Eyes. But here's the twist, she didn't write it for herself, but for her brother's band. But she later took it to a teacher for some help, and then uploaded it on SoundCloud back in 2016. This was a move that helped set her future. Later on, she released another single titled 6 Feet Under, and by this time she had gotten the attention of Interscope Records, a very prominent record label, who actually got her to re-release Ocean Eyes to a much larger audience through their label. Reviews were incredibly positive, and a music video of Billie dancing to the song was released not long after, not to mention a bunch of remixes of the song that followed these events. Her success with those songs led to her making even more, including a collaboration with her brother through Bellyache, and the debut album for the singer Don't Smile at Me. Since then, she's done her first tour, had multiple collaborations with various artists, including Drake, and has gotten a very passionate fan base. Ocean Eyes has actually been streamed on Spotify 132 million times, which most artists could only dream about with their own songs. Oh, and the 2020 Grammys, she became the first woman ever to win the Big Four of the show via album, record, song of the year, plus best new artist. The first artist to do this was Christopher Cross 39 years ago. So if you didn't know who Billie Eilish is, now you do. She doesn't have a driver's license. We can say with some certainty that Billie Eilish has at least one car, and she's taken many Instagram pictures of her with various vehicles over the years. But the funny thing is, we don't know if she actually owns the cars, or at least we don't know how many of the cars she does own. Like we said, it's a bit tricky. We know she owns at least one Dodge Challenger that she was more than happy to boast about to people at Coachella. "Dude, I love it so much," she said, squinting in the afternoon sun. "I've been obsessed with it since I was like 12. So there's at least one car that she has, and those Dodge Challengers can run tens of thousands of dollars depending on how new it is. She's also been seen with cars like a McLaren, which are another very expensive brand of car. Here's the rub though. Though she has the Challenger and potentially other cars, she technically doesn't have her driver's license. Yeah, you might think that this is a requirement for buying a car, but it's not. It just means you can't legally drive it. Since she's been making music professionally for a few years now, she hasn't had the time to do the work and get the driver's license. Still, when she does